guys, it's Kylie, and in today's video we're going to be decorating some pumpkins. So today I actually have a collab. This is a pumpkin decorating collab, and we are decorating and carving pumpkins for Halloween. This collab was put on by the Siskateers, and there's a bunch of awesome channels participating, decorating and carving some awesome pumpkins. I decided for mine, I am actually going to be painting some pumpkins, and I actually got some styrofoam pumpkins so I could have them for future years and they wouldn't just like kind of go bad at the end of this year. So I got some styrofoam pumpkins, and we're going to be trying to paint a couple of them. I'm not sure exactly how many I'm gonna do. I have 4 total pumpkins, but we'll see if I'm able to come up with designs for all 4. But if you guys are interested in more Disney and craft videos like this, definitely subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload. I post tons of Disney content on this channel, and definitely check in all the links in the description to see all the different awesome pumpkins that everybody creates. And we're gonna dive into our pumpkin painting. So I have my 4 pumpkins that I'm painting in front of me. I will say for these pumpkins, I started to paint them white before I even filmed the video because I wanted them to just be plain white. I could only find ones that were pre-painted orange, and the white paint wasn't that good, and I decided that I'm just going to paint them the base colors that I wanted to. The paint that I'm using for the actual coloring is a little bit nicer than the white paint I had bought. So we're just going to go over with our base colors. I have 4 pumpkins here, and we are going to paint them some awesome different Disney characters. I'm definitely going to try to do my best in the painting of them. We'll see how they come out. There's definitely a few that I think will be easier than others, but I'm super excited to dive in. Our first one we're going to be doing is Sully. He's definitely one of my favorite characters, so I'm super excited to do him as a character. My plan is to also do Mike Wazowski. And then for our other pumpkins, I'm thinking I'm going to do the Pixar ball as one of them. And then I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to do yet for the 4th. But we're definitely going to do those 3 pumpkins. And then if we have time, we'll do a 4th as well. So we're going to start off with Sully. I have some blue paint. This is the paint I'm going to be using. This covers a lot better than the white paint I was using. The white paint I got like the dollar store, and it doesn't cover as well. So I'm going to use this blue paint for Sully. And then I also got some purple paint for the dots, and I got these cool like circle brushes to use for the dots for Sully. So we're gonna dive in and make a Sully themed pumpkin. I think I'm just gonna do these as inspired by the characters. I don't think I'm gonna try to do any faces or anything. I think I'm just gonna do simple, inspired by the characters, probably starting with at least the base coat of the blue and maybe even the base coat of the green for Mike Wazowski, and then we'll continue on to some more of the fine details. First layer on the blue. It's probably going to need one more, so I think I'm going to do a layer of the green for the Mike Wazowski one, but our Sully one is off to a good start. I think now I'm going to do a Mike Wazowski themed one in the green color. I have 2 different greens. I think I'm going to do this lighter green color for Mike Wazowski, and we're going to cover the entire one in him. I think for the Sully, I'm going to do the stem as purple. I'm not sure which color I'm going to do it for Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski, I'm definitely going to be drawing at least somewhat of the eye on it because that's kind of how it represents him. And I'll probably also do the base yellow color for the Pixar ball one. So I did the first coat on the Mike Wazowski. This paint's definitely going to need a second coat. Once it dries, I'll add the second coat. I might do a little bit of the darker green, might mix them together because that definitely seems a little light. And then the third one I'm doing is that yellow for the Pixar ball. So I'm going to grab my third one. I'm actually going to put down another piece of paper over this just so I don't get any paint on it, and do our third one in yellow. I also think I'm just going to do the 3. I think I'm going to put this 4th one to the side for a future project, just because of timing. I think it's easier just to do 3, and I'm not sure exactly. I wasn't sure what a character I wanted to do anyways for that, so I think I'm just going to stick with these 3 where I know I want to do these 3 as my main characters, and they're awesome Pixar-themed pumpkins to put together. So we're going to start off with some yellow and do our last pumpkin. And there's layer 1 of our other pumpkin. You can definitely still see the orange through all of these. That's probably why I wish I was able to find white pumpkins, but I wasn't. So I'm going to then add a second coat to all of these, and then we'll add the detail. So I have my 3 pumpkins. I did the second coat of paint on all of them, and the yellow one definitely probably needs a 3rd. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with that one yet because I'm running out of yellow paint. But I'm definitely going to finish these other 2. I'm going to start off with our Sully one. I'm going to put some purple on the stem, and then I'm going to put some purple dots all around the outside to make it look like Sully. I'm going to put some purple paint down here on our paper, and then I have these like different size like sponge brushes that are circles, so I'm just going to cover the bottom of that in some purple paint, and then we're going to just add our spots. So I'm just going to kind of do not perfect circles, but kind of almost like little cow spots all over our Sully pumpkin. I'm just doing these inspired by the characters, so they're not going to look exactly like the characters, but we're using the characters as inspiration. And then I'm just going to keep filling this up with some paint and just kind of put little spots all over this to make it look like Sully. Sully's definitely one of my favorite characters. I actually did a themed costume this year with some friends for an event, and we were Monsters Inc. and I was Sully out of the 3 of them. So we did Mike, Sully, and Boo as our 3 characters for our costume. So I definitely love Sully, and this is a super fun craft to make a little Sully inspired Halloween decoration. I'll throw a little bit more of this purple paint down. And so just like, these are nice, easy ways. I wish I could have found white pumpkins. I would have made it a little bit easier, just plain white, but I went too late in the year to most all the places were out of white pumpkins. These were literally like the only pumpkins I could find at all at the few stores I went to. But I would definitely recommend using some white pumpkins if you want to paint pumpkins like this. It would just be a little bit easier. I'm just going to add a few more dots on the bottom areas. Maybe one. I'm going to do some of the stem in this purple color as well. So that is our Sully inspired pumpkin. And now I think I'm going to finish up our Mike Wazowski. I think I might just kind of call it quits on the Pixar one. I'm out of yellow paint and don't really know how to like make that more yellow where I'm out of yellow paint. That paint worked well. It's just hard. Yellow is such a light color with the dark orange. It's hard to cover it up. It was even, sometimes the green didn't even do the greatest job covering up. But I still like the way it came out. It's still kind of spooky. For that Mike Wazowski, we're just going to be drawing his eye on. So this needs a few different layers of paint. We're going to be doing white, and we're going to be doing then like an inner layer of like a blue, and then the pupil that is black. So we're going to do those few layers of Mike Wazowski's eye. So to start off with the white, I'm going to use one of these circle brushes again just to try to get that circle shape anyways for the eye. We're going to need a little bit more paint than this. I'm just going to put it right on the brush. So we got a nice amount of white paint on our brush. And then I'm going to find a spot that looks pretty decent. I think in right here looks pretty good. And I'm just going to make a nice big circle with this brush. Probably a little bit bigger than the brush itself is. But we're going to just make a nice circle shape. Cover up all of Mike Wazowski's front to have the big white part of his eye. And then the next step is going to be using a blue. So we have this blue right here. We're going to use that for the inside of his eye because he does have, it's like a bluish green is the next color. So I'm probably going to mix this with a dash of green as well to make like a bluish green color. It all depends on like which image of him you look at, whether it's blue or green. We're going to do that as our next layer, and then we'll add the black for the pupil. So we got the next part of our eye, and then the final dot of our eye is going to be that pupil in the middle with some black paint. And then we'll have completed our 2 pumpkins. I wish I was able to do the other ones, but I think I need to go to the store and buy more paint before I will be able to complete those. So I think for this video, we're just going to complete these 2. But in the future, I think I'll definitely be painting the rest of those other pumpkins. And there is the pupil for our eye. And we have 2 awesome Pixar and really Monsters Inc. themed pumpkins. So here is our completed pumpkin. This is our Mike Wazowski. And then we have our Sully as well. He's got lots of different spots on him. I think these came out super cute. Perfect for a little Monsters Inc. themed Halloween decor. They're monsters. They're perfect for Halloween. Get that spooky season going on. I think these came out super cute. And they're definitely awesome decorations to have for the future as well. That's why I decided to do these like styrofoam pumpkins. Because that way I could have them for the future as well. I could use them for multiple Halloweens, which is awesome. They could be decor in the future for Halloween time. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It was super fun to decorate these awesome pumpkins and kind of come up with the ideas. I'll definitely be painting the other ones in the future to hopefully get some other awesome Halloween and Disney pumpkins going. Again, check out everybody participating. They will be linked in the description down below. See all the awesome pumpkins that everybody created. Thank you again to the Siskateers for putting this on to celebrate Halloween. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys later.